Finally arriving in parts of the storm-battered Philippines, U.S. Marines are part of a global effort to bring food and supplies to millions of victims left homeless and destitute by one of the most powerful typhoons ever, as ABC's Larry Jacobs reports.
A team of 90 U.S. Marines is on the ground in the Philippines, providing search and rescue assistance and bringing supplies to a country that desperately needs so much of everything. The ferocious winds and tree-high tidal surges of Typhoon Haiyan destroyed roads, bridges, and homes across a wide swath of the central Philippines. Phone lines are down, power is out, hundreds of thousands are thronging relief centers, desperate for life's necessities.
We don't have homes. We need shelter, food, light. We don't have everything. We don't have houses.
Aircraft are bringing in some supplies. Soldiers are carrying injured residents to planes, along with the elderly, evacuating them from what looks like a war zone. But it's not enough. The suffering is on a massive scale. The super typhoon turning life into misery for 4 million people. Some have the grim job of recovering the bodies of countless victims. The death toll is expected to be in the many thousands, but amidst a tide of human suffering, a ray of hope. 21-year-old Emily Ortega went into labor inside the damaged airport control tower in Tacloban. She's fortunate. A doctor is there to help, placing the newborn baby on the woman's stomach, a little girl unaware of the devastation around her. And unaware of a tide of spiritual and financial support pouring in from around the world, from churches like this one in Los Angeles, California. The congregation prayed for their brothers and sisters Sunday and started a collection to help in the relief effort. Larry Jacobs, ABC News, New York.
As rescue and recovery efforts are launched in the Philippines, efforts are also ramping up in Hawaii. The congregation at St. Anthony's in Kalihi is keeping close watch on the situation in their homeland. They're concerned about relatives and friends in the storm's path.
I worry for their food, also for their shelter, because and as I see their houses were being destroyed.
Any disaster that, affect any country, you feel very sad, and just like there's an obligation to help, because especially your fellow countrymen.
A number of Oahu churches are planning on holding special services and donation drives. The Philippine Consulate General also announced a dance on December 1st at McKinley High School to raise money for relief efforts. The American Red Cross in Hawaii has sent 2 disaster relief specialists to help assess the damage. Later, more personnel will go to the Philippines to coordinate the humanitarian response.
You can go online at redcross.org and donate specifically to this specific typhoon disaster, because as you know, it's headed towards Vietnam as well, and so there will be a lot of casualties and things there as well.
Donations can also be made by calling 1-800-RED Cross or by writing a check. Write Pacific Typhoon in the memo line of your check.